you're walking into a small, close-knit town as a foreigner, as the media, no less, reporting on this case, and people were just scared. They were already starting to turn on each other, and they just weren't accepting. You could just see it in people's faces. They were scared. I was scared. Most of the locals I spoke to couldn't fathom the fact anyone in Carnarvon could have done it. And I think that's what was so scary, is that they were like, we know pretty much everyone here. No one's like this. No one would do this. So what is it? Who's done this? Who's come in and taken her? The not knowing lingering over everyone was probably terrifying them. We were just at the blowholes pretty much every day watching the land search unfold, and it was taxing. Like, I would drive down Blowholes Road, which is about 45 minutes long, and I myself was actively looking for Cleo. I was looking out the window. I was just always searching to the point where my eyes were tired. I wasn't blinking. And then after speaking to a few journos, they were doing the same. We were all so invested in finding her than we were trying to chase the story. It became really exhausting. And there were a few other private investigators who had come up from Perth and were kind of harassing the locals for information and what they know and stuff like that, just really chasing after the $1 million reward. And a lot of the locals were kind of like, please just leave us alone. We just need to grieve as a town. We don't need this.
Tell us about your experience with how you found out she'd been found.
That was in Perth, I think, for 2 days. And then I got a call from my Deputy Chief of Staff at, I think, 4:30 in the morning. And when I saw his name pop up, I was like, oh my God, they found her and it's not going to be good news. So I just remember looking over the phone going, it's going to be okay, just answer it. And I answered it, and I don't even think he said hello. He just said, Brianna, they found her. She's alive. Go. And I just started crying. The first thing I did was call my mum, and I was like, Mum, they found her. She's alive. Like, can you believe this? And she's like, oh my God, that's great. Okay, I'm coming to get you. I'll take you to the airport. And it was amazing. I can't describe it. I think she started crying. I was crying, yeah. People kept the signs up. The entire town was covered in missing girl, $1 million reward with Cleo's face on it. So they could drive Cleo through and show her how much she was cared for. People started to talk about it more, but not in whispers, just in, oh, it's amazing news. Like, we're so happy. Everyone would hug everyone. It was really, you could just feel it and see it.
When you saw Cleo in the flesh for the first time, what was that like?
Yeah, one of the moments, just seeing her and how tiny she was, and seeing her in person, in real life, not just a photo on a board that says missing child, actually seeing her, and she was just happy and she was in her mum's arms, and it was like everything was okay again. I definitely teared up when I saw her. I think a lot of people did. And a lot of people were just happy. They were just waving at her. She was happy. She was holding a pink and purple balloon, like smiling at us. And I think at that point it didn't become about getting the great shot or the perfect vision. It was just taking it all in. And yeah, there she was, just alive and back in her mum's arms.
Looking back, is there anything you wish that you'd done differently?
Done differently? Hindsight is a great thing, but I wish I just had more hope going into it, because you see the stories. The statistics weren't in Cleo's favour. I just think if I had more hope in her being found, it would have been a bit different. It's been an absolute roller coaster of a month, but it has been one of the best months that I'll always remember in my life. To meet the locals who, the first week she went missing, were just miserable. You could see it in their eyes. To a week or 2 weeks after, when she was found, taking photos of them. They were just beaming happy. And I had to tell one person, oh, you need to stop smiling. We just need to get a serious photo. And he was like, no, I can't. I can't stop smiling. And it's just, being a part of that is amazing. I still, when I talk about it, I tear up. Oh, I don't know how to explain how I feel. It's really changed my perspective. I mean, I was there for almost a month, and for the first few weeks it was just miserable. it's just, I don't even know how to say it. I'm just ecstatic. And I think like everyone else, we've all bonded over that experience. It'll stick with me forever. And I'm just grateful I got to be a part of it and it had such a happy outcome.